In this second of 4 videos, what I'm going to do is show you how to copy data and work from multiple sets of worksheets. If you notice in the lower corner here, there is a name for the current workbook worksheet that we're on. In fact, a workbook is a set of worksheets. And so if I right click on this, you see I have all sorts of options of things to do for this tab that I've labeled data and graphs. And how I renamed that was clicking on this rename. Let's go ahead and go to the sheet that's labeled number 1, click on it, and you see it's an empty worksheet. Right click on that and go ahead and hit rename and just type in something like example graphing or something such as that. Now what I want to do is I want to go back to the data and graphs and grab all of this data, copy it, paste it over to my new folder, my new sheet, which is called example graphing, because we're going to practice with this one how to do all the graphing on our own. And what you notice I'm doing is I'm playing around with the column width by grabbing between the numbers 2 and 3. So I stretch this out a little bit so that it's a little bit easier to work with. The next thing I want to do is show you how to insert a graph using data that's on our worksheet. So while I've got this data highlighted, I'm going to go up to the Insert tab and click on that. And then I'm going to see here in this third section that I've got a bunch of different choices. And so I'm going to go to this one that looks like a scatter plot, and again go ahead and click on that, and you'll see we have choices for plots, but I want to go ahead and do scatter for what I talked about previously, is that we've got experimental data and we don't really know what happens between the two data points. So it's important to not connect the dots because that implies something about knowledge, that we know something that happens between the data points, and we really don't. So what we did in this second of 4 videos is that we talked a little bit about manipulating multiple sheets in a workbook, copying data from one sheet to another sheet, as well as adjusting column widths, and you can do the same thing with rows. And then finally how to set up data. And so you can see again this data on this plot is graphed with a scatter. In the next video I'm going to show you how to format this graph so it looks like the one on the data and graphs worksheet.